Hello, everyone. I'm going to take some time to go through our quiz review before our first quiz of this chapter. Talking about some vocabulary. So, anything raised to the zero power is equal to 1. If you want to undo a negative power, we make the reciprocal, then drop the negative. When you have a power raised to a power or an exponent of an exponent, what do we do with the powers? We multiply them. When we're multiplying same bases, we add the exponents. And when we are dividing same bases, we subtract exponents. So that is our vocabulary section. Now for some practice. This third power on the outside, remember, goes to absolutely every single thing inside. That means we have 5 to the third, x to the third, z squared to the third. Well, 5 to the third, we just evaluate. Remember, that's 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. Exponent of an exponent or power of a power rule says we multiply those threes, and so that's x to the ninth. Same rule for the z, so 2 times 3 is 6. And this would be our simplified form. For number 7, I'm going to start with this q to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So that's 1 times all that stuff in there, which is just 1, and I'm not going to worry about it then. This fourth power goes to the 3, the p, and the m to the negative first. So we have 3 to the fourth, p. Remember, this is p to the first. Power of a power rule says 1 times 4 is 4. And m to the negative first to the fourth, negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. On the bottom, I have that negative 3. It is to the first power. We have m to the ninth, and then we have q to the negative fifth. To simplify this then, I'm going to use several of our lovely terms. We have the threes. The threes are the same bases. I know one of them is negative. That just means our answer will be negative. But when we're dividing, we subtract exponents. So 4 minus 1 is 3. And so that makes that negative 3 to the third. Our p, we have no other p. This negative 4 drops down to the bottom with that m to the ninth. So m to the ninth times m to the fourth. And then the q to the negative fifth, that negative pops that q up to the top and then makes that positive. If I finish cleaning that up, 3 to the third power is 27. It's negative because of the negative that results in here. P to the fourth, we have nothing to combine that with. Q to the fifth, we have nothing to combine that with. And on the bottom, this is multiplication. When we're multiplying like bases, we add the exponents. So 9 plus 4 is 13. And that would be our final answer. For number 8, remember these are all over 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So we don't have to worry about C. And these negative exponents take the U and the R and do the reciprocal or the flip of them. So we have 1 over U to the 7th, R to the 3rd. And that's it for number 8. Number 9, we're multiplying like bases. So 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. I'm going to put a little 1 here on this h at the end. So I have h squared, and h to the first. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. And then we have g to the fourth and g to the fourth. 4 plus 4 is 8. Number 10. We're multiplying like bases again. So I'm going to put a little 1 here. We have m to the first and m to the negative fourth is m to the negative third. 1 plus negative 4 is negative 3. S squared and s to the negative first. 2 plus negative 1 is 1. And then we have that k to the negative second. Remember, we can never leave negative exponents in our answer. So the m to the negative third and the k to the negative second have to drop to the back, or to the bottom, sorry. So the s stays where it's at. We do the reciprocal of the m to the third and the reciprocal of the k squared. And so this would be our final answer. For number 11, we have all of this stuff inside that we should combine, but I look on the outside of the parenthesis and I see there's a 0 power there. That 0 power applies to absolutely every single thing inside the parentheses, and so that answer is just a big old 1 using the 0 power property. Number 12, I'm going to take a look at my like terms here. So 4 over 8, we can reduce that to 1/2. A to the fourth over a squared. Subtracting 4 minus 2 is 2. We're subtracting here 3 minus negative 3. Well, minus negative 3 really is plus 3. So we have m to the 6th. And then 3 minus 4 is negative 1. Well, remember, we cannot leave any negative values in our answer, so that negative 1 drops the y to the bottom. And this is our final answer. Number 13. Y to the 0 on the bottom is 1. Z to the 0 on the bottom is 1. All right, now we can work on cleaning up some more of this stuff. So 3, there's a 1 on the bottom. 3 over 1 is just 3. The x to the negative fourth can pop up to the top, or we can say division means we subtract, and 3 minus negative 4 is really 3 plus 4, which is x to the 7th. Y to the negative first, the negative takes the reciprocal of y, which plops it to the bottom and makes that a positive first. Same thing with the z. Z to the negative first, the negative takes the reciprocal or flips it upside down, and we have z to the positive first, and that's it. I have nothing else that I can combine. Our last row. Remember, the fourth power goes to the k and the 3. So we have 3 to the fourth and k to the fourth to the fourth. 3 to the fourth is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 81. And power of a power rule says 4 times 4 is 16. So 81 k to the 16th. Number 15. I'm going to start with combining like terms on the bottom. We have 2 times 4 is 8. X to the negative first times x squared. Negative 1 plus 2 is positive 1, so that's x to the positive first. And then we have the y there. If I reduce this, I cannot reduce 3/8. Subtracting for the x's, 2 minus 1 is 1, so x to the first. Same thing with the y's, 2 minus 1 is 1. And so our final answer would be 3xy over 8. 16 has a lot going on as well, so let's start with cleaning up the top with like terms. I'm going to do 2 times 4 times 3. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. I'm going to put a little 1 on this last x, so x squared, x to the first. 2 plus 1 is x to the fifth. And then y to the fourth, 4 plus 4 is 8. Now I can look at these. 24 divided by 3 is 8. This negative 3, you can either say, well, the negative flips that 3 up to the top, or using division rule, 5 minus negative 3 is 8. So we have x to the 8th. And then 8 minus 2 is 6. So 8, x to the 8th, y to the 6th. Number 17. If I start on the top, this third power goes to all three of these. 2 to the third power. Third power times third power is 9th. And second power times third power is 6th. On the bottom, like terms, x and x. So 3 plus negative 4 is negative 1. The y, we don't have a like term for. Z squared and z to the third, 2 plus 3 is 5. So if I clean this up, 2 to the third is 8. 9 minus negative 1 is x to the 10th. The y has nothing to compare it to, so that's going to have to stay y to the fourth on the bottom. And then for our z's, 6 minus 5 is 1. So we have z to the first. And there we go. You need any extra help, remember MathSpace is available. Have a great rest of your night. Good luck studying.